Well, good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland, Michigan. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. And by that, I mean summertime in mid Michigan. It's over, it's done. We had our 280-degree days. Now we're back down into the 50s and 60s. I'm kidding, there will be more to come. But yeah, it seems that the weather is acting very Michigan like. How's that sound? Cloudy skies today. It's chilly and windy, but man, we had a couple of good storms come through the past couple of nights. In fact, the night before last, and the tornado sirens were going off. Yeah, we had it. And I know parts of Michigan, especially lower Michigan, got it a lot worse than we did. So hopefully everybody is going to be recovering okay. But yeah, it's springtime in Michigan. We don't get them anywhere near the Plains states, but when we do get them, it's always exciting. Well, that news aside, I hope your Saturday is off to a very nice start. You got some plans today, hopefully, where it's not super sunny and there's lots of cool stuff you can do otherwise, but get that yard work done while you can, while it's cool. We'll go from there. Let's say some good mornings this morning on the YouTube side of things. If you're watching us, you're coming in, say, from Instagram or Twitter, X, or Facebook, and you want to comment, you have to actually go over to the YouTube side of things, click on that, and you can make your comment. But let's say some hellos this morning. Let's see, TC from TKR Video Central out east. Good morning to you, sir. Dan, good morning. Yes, yep. Read my mind, Dan. Summer is almost over. Give us a couple of more weeks here. Mike, good morning to you. And Chuck saying good morning as well. And happy Saturday to you as well as Pat saying good morning to everyone. And Betty checking in from Toledo. It's sunny in Toledo. Okay, well, good. You guys got sun down there. We got not up here. And let's see, Vinyl Piper checking in at the last second as I go away. Good morning to you as well. Thanks for being here. So, yeah, I think I mentioned this last week. Not a lot going on this time of year in that post-record store day, pre-holiday, almost summertime, which is okay. I mean, I'm getting a lot of stuff done here at the store. We're digging into the archives. I'm pulling up some goodies of things that I've been meaning to get to, and that's always fun. But, yeah, there's just doesn't seem like there's a lot going on. But today would be a good day to swing by if you wanted to and check out our selection of new and vintage vinyl. I think last week also I mentioned the turntables. Steve and I talked about that on the podcast as well, how the price of the Audio-Technica turntables have jumped somewhat, about $20 a piece. And I mentioned that I was going to be keeping the turntables that we have in stock at the regular price, and I'm not going to bump them up like I think Steve mentioned at big box stores when they get a price increase, not necessarily on this, but anything, and they have stock in stock, they have a system that price goes up. We're not going to do that. But that being said, I'm out of the LP 160 turntables now, so the next one I get will show that price increase. I just have one of the LP 70Xs and that special edition gold LP 60 Bluetooth in stock at the old prices. And I'll order in a couple of new LP 60Xs here. I don't know, in the next week or two. We'll probably wait till after the holiday to get those in, but we'll get them in. But yeah, the price increase will be reflected there. You know, on that note, we mentioned the podcast, Talking with Steve. This is something that goes up every Sunday evening here on our YouTube channel and on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon, all the places you get podcasts. We got some traction on those other platforms. If you haven't listened, I'd encourage you to head over and check that out. We've got 110 episodes to go through. Here's the thing. If you're only newly have discovered the podcast or our channel, thank you first off for being here. But if you start digging back through the podcasts, you'll notice that the first, I don't know, about half of them or so are audio only. And that's Steve and I started on the audio only podcast side. And when he moved out to Colorado to retire, that's when we switched over to doing video podcasts, and we're not looking back on that. So check that out when you get a chance. Always fun. Sometimes the topics are serious, sometimes they're not. It really depends on, what our mood is and what we decide to discuss. This week on the podcast, two guys talking about records. We're going to be talking about summertime vinyl blues. What could that mean? I guess you'll just have to tune in tomorrow night and check that out. But again, that's our Two Guys Talking About Records podcast uploaded each Sunday wherever you get your podcasts, as well as here on our YouTube channel. All right, so a couple of new releases, and I do have some of the, oops, that's turned aside there. Somebody turned that on me. A couple of new releases to talk about. Most of the new releases that we had pop in for yesterday's release date have been picked up, including a restocked Pink Floyd, the Pompeii reissue. That thing is just, it is hot. Everybody is talking about it. Everybody is playing it. Everybody's enjoying it. I cannot keep it in stock. I have got a couple of more coming next week if you're looking for the Pink Floyd Pompeii release. So I had a couple already this week. Those were gone on Friday once they went out. And so I do have more coming next week. If you want one, be patient. We'll get you one. But some of the stuff, actually everything that I've got left from yesterday is either a new vinyl reissue or a recently released that we finally just got because of delays. But yeah, the biggie, they repressed again. This happens a lot, but always cool when they do. The Blues Brothers soundtrack. This one is on blue vinyl because of course it is. So if you find yourself today out and about and you're on a mission from God, come on down and you can pick these up. I think I've got, two left, maybe 2 or 3 left on that one of the Blues Brothers soundtrack, but grab that. Speaking of blues, not a new release. Where did that come in there? There we go. Not a new release, but it is, I think this is an unofficial. It's hard to see on the light here. This is a live Eric Clapton, Los Angeles broadcast, 1994. It's just a volume 1. It's called A Kind of Blues. I've not really researched this. It's from Off the Shelf Records, but it's new vinyl, one of those unofficials. We've got stuff on here: Motherless Child, How Long Blues, Kidman Blues, County Jail, Blues Leave Me Alone, Hoochie Coochie Man. Oh, it's a lot of the Clapton bluesy stuff, obviously with the name. So one copy of that, unofficial, and I'm not sure of the quality, but it's one of those newer boots, from the off-the-shelf label, which they do pretty decent with. Okay, recent releases. Actually, this one was a Friday release. This is an anniversary edition of the Hozier debut album, 10th anniversary edition. This particular version has 4 bonus tracks on there on vinyl. The 4 bonus tracks, by the way, on vinyl for the very first time. And it is on opaque custard vinyl. I think that means yellowish orange. So 1 Hozier in stock left. If you want that, let us know. Recent releases that I got. Some folks have been asking about these, and we finally had them show up. A new album by Car Seat Headrest. 2 vinyl discs, including a 28-page booklet with illustrations and lyrics. This is their album, The Scholars. I think that came out a week ago. And we do have a copy of that now, if some folks were asking, but that was a late show. Also, I had one of these last week, but it went, and so we got another one that had been ready to go. This is the new one from Arcade Fire, and presented. Pink Elephant is the name of the album. This is not the colored vinyl edition, though. I don't know why this one waited to show up, but I think we looked at this, and there's a booklet inside, but not, I think that there is on this one too. Not a typical 12 by 12 booklet, but actually a smaller pamphlet size booklet inside insert. And I think this one has it as well, but this is just the regular black vinyl version of Arcade Fire's new one, Pink Elephant. Also from Record Store Day, this one showed up. Somebody had been looking for this, and that's why I put it in there, but they didn't order per se, so I don't know who it was. They just said, hey, if you get one of the Record Store Day releases from the Grays, I'll get it. Well, here's your chance. We did get this one in, the 1994 Power Pop Cult Classic on vinyl for the first time. These are the Grays. This was the RSD release back in April. If you're the person that asked us to get this, come get it. If not, and you want it, come get it before they do, and that we'll make sure we get names next time if that shows. And then we had a restock, a couple more of the INXS Listen Like Thieves 40th Anniversary Edition in stock there. So there we go. Let's see here. Oh, Dan checking in. All right, Dan, you got it. That's a bluesy one. That is up your alley. I probably could have and should have mentioned that to you yesterday, but that was kind of a late comer in there. On the vintage vinyl side, yesterday in the drop, I had a collection come in, I don't know, a few weeks back that had a bunch of interesting stuff in it. Some Japanese presses and some audiophile presses in there, and we're getting to a few of those here and there. The bulk of them yet to come. But some of the more interesting ones, if you're very curious, we had another Carpenters alive in Japan. And I actually had 3 different, after it was picked up yesterday, I had 2 other people call about that one. So that must have been a big one. But here is a 1977 Japanese press of the Carpenters self-titled album. This one does not have the OBI strip, but it does come with the Japanese lyric insert in Japanese. A couple of other Japanese presses that went out yesterday includes the Olivia Newton-John Crystal Lady, 1976. No OBI on this one, but double LP with a lot of Olivia stuff on here, but it does also have the Japanese inserts inside with the OBI strip. One more of these that went out was an Olivia Newton-John along with Cliff Richard. That's a pairing that I'd never known of, but this one does have the OBI strip on there as well. This is Cliff live along with Olivia Newton-John, 1973, and it also has the Japanese language insert in that one as well. So some fun stuff, more yet to come. And I said also that there were a few audiophile things that popped in, strange audiophile ones. In fact, there's a special version of I don't want to call it a failed, but just kind of an offshoot audiophile thing that is very odd. Steve and I are going to talk about that on an upcoming episode of the podcast. So I'm not going to reveal what those albums are yet, but we'll let you know when the time comes. But one of the ones that we do have out, Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark. This is a Nautilus Half-Speed Master series. One of the super discs. These things are audiophile. They're not quite MoFi, but still the Half-Speed Masters sound great. And they are pressed. The Nautilus, they always did a good job, and these things are in great shape. Just, common albums, but audiophile versions of them. And on that note, one of the other ones that popped in was a James Taylor. This one was, I always remember this, Dad Loves His Work is the name of this. And this is part of the Columbia Half-Speed Master series from CBS. Again, tremendously common album, tremendously cheap album, except for when you get into that Half-Speed Master series. Still, it's not over the top crazy. I think I got like 15 on that, but very cool audiophile versions of some common albums. And then one more that went out yesterday for you Devotee fans out there. This is a Devo. This was a release. I don't think this was a Record Store Day release, but it was a release from 2019. It's called Turn Around, the B-Sides and More, 78 through 84. It's got all the stuff that came with it. The red vinyl, the original insert, a sheet of stickers, and a Devo patch inside for you plastic buckethead fans, flower pot fans of Devo. So that came in on a trade, and it's a little bit collectible. So if you're interested on that, please do let me know. Let's see here. TC asking what that Carpenters album is going for. The Carpenters live in Japan. It might break the bank, man. I've got a full $8 on this one. $8, TC. If you're interested, let me know. We'll get that to you. Same thing with you other folks. If you're watching from out of the area, I mean, if you want us to hold stuff that I mentioned today, I'll do that. If you're out of the area and you want me to ship something, we do that too. I ship stuff out each week to folks who watch our videos, and always thankful. I should mention too, I don't sell on Discogs, and I've got a very scant number of items on our website. Working on that, but in the meantime, these videos do a great job for us, and I'm happy to do that. TC, I got your note. We'll pull that aside for you, and I'll talk to you later on. All right, folks, I think that will just about do it. I probably should have mentioned that even with the weather today, Blue and the Dude, Blue's doing her first jump of the season. And for those of you who don't know, our dog Blue, and the Dude does it a little bit too, but primarily Blue, is a dock jumper. You can search for her on Facebook under Blue, the Dock Jumping Record Store Dog. She does have her own YouTube channel as well. If you search for Dock Jumping Dogs, I think is the YouTube channel on that. But yep, they're doing their first jump today. And we'll see how that goes. Blue's in the senior bracket is a good way to put it. And the first jump, she's always kind of working the creeks out of a long winter. And we try to keep her in shape by playing fetch in the yard, but it's not quite the same as getting on a dock and diving into the water, jumping 20 some odd feet. So we'll give you more updates as her season goes on. But until then, that will do it for this week here at the store. If you'd like to stop on by, well, if you're out of the area, you can just kind of live vicariously through the folks that do. But we are at 716 George Street, just north of the downtown Midland area, here today, Saturday, from now until 4 p.m., and then tomorrow, Sunday, from 12 noon until 4 p.m. also. And we'll be here Monday and Tuesday off. There is the next week is Memorial Day, and I've got a schedule. Obviously, Monday we're off anyhow, but I think we're going to take Sunday off next week as well, but not tomorrow, next Sunday. But I'll talk about that next week. All right, folks, you have a great week. If you can, stop on by. If not, wave virtually, and we'll see you next time from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. Thanks again, everybody, and have a great week.